Hi, I'm here to give you a review on my HP X360 14-inch Chromebook. I bought this from Best Buy. I got it while they had a good deal at $399 plus tax, and it's part of the reason why I bought it. So I want to go over what I really like about this and some of the things that maybe are debatable and need to be fixed really on it. So the first thing is the outside, and this is an aluminum outside with a white cover, a dark gray bottom on it with some rubber pads. So easy to open. Just slide your finger and open it up. I have found that I have to hold the bottom half when I open it up. It doesn't open up right away. And then of course it can also go all the way back into tablet mode, like this. And I've not really used it like this, but it seems a little bit big and unwieldy. I mean, you can hold it up. I mean, like it's big. I mean, it's big. So I typically use it as a laptop like this, but I'm gonna just log in here real quick, just to show you can see here what it looks like. But it's a Core i3 processor. It's a U, so there are fans on the back here. So I'm a little bit mixed on that, but you know what? For the price, it was great. This is also the cheapest I've been able to find one that has 8 gigabytes of RAM. It is the reason why I purchased this one over some of the other ones. I didn't want to spend $1,000 on a Pixelbook, or the Asus Flip that just came out is around $600, but that I think has 8 gigs of RAM as well. But you're talking another couple $100, and all I'm getting really is a smaller form factor. I didn't feel it was worth it. This is my first Chromebook, so I think this was a good start. It's something that I'm able to install Linux on and a few other things. So I'm in here right now, just so you can see the screen here. Let me bring up a browser tab. So you can see here, screen works very well. The biggest problem is that I've had with the screen, this is one of the downsides, is you can see the lights in the background there. This thing really is hard to see outside. So when I sat outside by a pool, this is as bright as it gets. And sitting outside, it just was not usable in a lot of ways. I could not seem to get it to be bright enough so I could really view. I had to sit in the shade, and that is a problem with this Chromebook. If you are using yours on the run all the time and you don't know what your lighting is going to be like, this might not be the one for you. You might want to go with one that has a brighter screen. I think out of all the ones I was looking at, this one had the dimmest screen at I think 230 nits when they did testing on it. Some of the other ones have up to 400, I think, for the Pixelbook. Those work a lot better outdoors from my understanding. Now, the other thing I'm going to say is that this feels a little heavy. I wish it was a little bit lighter. As far as the weight, especially when you're in tablet mode. I debated actually on getting the one where it detaches, which is similar to this, but the screen detaches off and becomes a tablet by itself. The reason why I didn't get that one is it only had 4 gigabytes of RAM. I really wanted that 8 gigabytes for installing Linux, which I have on here and is working really well. Browser tabs, no problem at all. I'll have 15 to 20 open at a time and it just whizzes right through them. And I have to say, it's working very well. I like the fact also, for those that have iPads, this is what I'm coming from really, as I had an iPad that I used all the time, and I wanted the keyboard. I had a couple Bluetooth keyboards. They're never all that great, I feel. They just don't seem to work well. This keyboard is phenomenal. I really like the keyboard. I wish I had a little bit more travel, but for a laptop keyboard, it is great. Nice trackpad here. It really works well. It's glass, which I liked also about it, unlike some of the other ones, which were plastic, and you can kind of feel them wear. And I have a Lenovo, and it does feel like it's sort of wearing out. Now, one of the issues I do have with this also, so if I can tell, it's open right now. When I go to lift it, this screen, I can't really tell now, there you go. These hinges move around, so you can't pick it up like you would a normal laptop. These hinges are a little bit too weak for that. So that is one of the issues I am having with it. So, if you're sitting down, you're kind of moving around a little bit, this is just going to keep opening more and more and more and more until it's like this. And, you're constantly adjusting it. But other than that, the hinges work pretty well. They could be a little bit tighter, I feel, though, to help with that issue of it sliding open. So now, let me just see if I can show this here. So, like you can see, that's my window outside. You cannot see the screen at all. This is what this looks like when you're outside. It is almost unusable. So that is my biggest complaint about it, and it's the only reason why I would not use this one and maybe buy a more expensive one, is just so I could get a brighter screen. Other than that, this is actually a fantastic Chromebook, and I really like the size, and as I said, it's a little bit weighs a little bit. Now, obviously, the Asus is a little bit smaller, but size-wise, it's not that bad for traveling. Again, if you're one of those people that are on the road all the time, highly recommend a Pixelbook or an Asus Flip because they're just smaller and it's going to be easier to travel with. But this one is great for around the house and for moving around and for taking on vacation and stuff like that too. It's actually worked really good. We went to a hotel, had it, hooked it right up to Wi-Fi. It was really good. So for those of you that on iPads, I like it that this is a full version of Chrome on here. I have my extensions on here. I have multiple logins so my kids can log in and they're not under my account looking up all these YouTube videos for Fortnite or Apex that then show up in my feed constantly. And it's working really well for what I wanted it to. So overall, I'm really pleased with this Chromebook here. I really recommend it as long as you are someone that's going to be working in a house and maybe traveling every once in a while. If you are a road warrior, I don't recommend this one. I think you should get the Asus or you should get the Pixelbook. I think you should get one of those that's going to be more a brighter screen, a little bit smaller, a little bit lighter, same size screen for the Asus with 14-inch screen, but I just think those might be a better solution if you're a road warrior. So again, to sum up, fantastic keyboard, fantastic keyboard, trackpad is great. This is a great aluminum. Plastic on the bottom here, but I'm not really worried about that. If it gets scratched up, it gets scratched up. I find these things are meant to be used. If you have them in pristine condition in 3 years, that's great, but that's not what they're meant for. They're meant to be used. They're meant to go on the road. They're meant to be used and abused, I feel. I mean, if you have something that's lasted you 6 years, it's great, but you know what? If you just always kept it in a plastic sleeve, what is the purpose of it if you can't use it anywhere? I take my video cameras everywhere. I take my, my DSLRs everywhere. They're meant to be used, and I feel that this one should stand up to the abuse pretty well, I'm hoping. So, but overall weight, not too bad, easy to carry like this, and however you want to carry it. I mean, it's not too bad. The fan, just so you guys know, does kick on a little bit. You can't hear it in a really quiet room. Like in here, I have it pretty quiet. I would be able to hear it. Outside by a pool with people talking, you never know it's on. In fact, I really didn't even feel it. I mean, like I was doing a lot of tabs. I was working with, some videos and stuff like that on YouTube, and I couldn't even tell that these fans were on, and I'm sure that they were, with all the tabs I had open and everything, and, I was running with Linux and stuff like that. I can't imagine that they weren't on, but it really isn't too bad. If I were to sit here using it, I might be able to turn them on. You might not even be able to hear it, though, if I did. So that's my review overall. Really recommend this. If you have any questions, please leave a comment and please subscribe to my channel. And thank you very much.